my God. The FBI raided Donald Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago. The FBI, people, raided a former president's house. This is huge. This is bigger than when the feds investigated Bill Clinton for doing mouth stuff with that saxophone. And by the way, this raid, just so you know, has nothing to do with January 6th, or tax fraud, or giving the White House plumber PTSD. No, apparently this investigation is about Trump taking classified documents from the White House. And honestly, you know, I'm amazed that Trump has time for all of this crime. Like at any moment, Trump's got a crime that he's covering up, he's got a crime that he's doing now, he's got a crime that he's plotting for the future. He's like the Steve Harvey, but of crimes, you know? Every day I'm like, does he have the same hours in the day as me? He gets so much done. Now, if you remember, earlier this year, the feds already had to go down to Mar-a-Lago and take back 15 boxes of documents that Trump wasn't supposed to have. But apparently, they think there's more hidden on the property. All right? And I believe that. I believe that too. I mean, like, Trump's not going to keep records in a filing cabinet like a normal person. This is the same dude who buried his ex-wife on a golf course. I mean, think about that. And yes, it is totally unprecedented for the FBI to raid the home of a former president. That is true. That has never happened in American history. But don't forget, Donald Trump has also never happened in American history. Everything is an anomaly with this man. I mean, like, why do you think a book from one of his staffers comes out every single week? Because every single person he interacts with is like, yo, have I got a up story for you? And wouldn't it be weird if this is the thing that takes Trump down? We thought it would be something like conspiracy or bribery or blackmail, but no, Trump's got busted for taking work home with him. What a nerd. Now, obviously, President Trump recognizes the gravity of this situation, which is why he has refrained from comment while the legal process is playing. Nah, I'm joking with you, come on. The guy released a statement immediately. He read, "These are dark times for our nation, as my beautiful home, Mar-a-Lago, in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. They even broke into my safe. What's the difference between this and Watergate? What's the difference?" I love that even while he's complaining, he slips in that the thing is beautiful. How could they do this to my beautiful home? Also, this is completely different from Watergate, all right? For one thing, the guys breaking into Watergate didn't need to clean old ketchup stains off the documents, but the other big difference is that the raid was legal. All right, was approved by a federal judge, approved by the head of the FBI, who, by the way, was appointed by Donald Trump himself after he got rid of like 17 other heads of the FBI because they didn't want to do crimes with Donald Trump. So now, the big mystery is, what did the FBI find? Well, according to Donald Trump's third favorite son, the only thing the FBI took was his heart.
What could they possibly think existed inside of Mar-a-Lago in a box that was taken from the White House that was so damaging that the FBI director and the Attorney General of the United States would have to raid a former president's residence and grab everything out of there?
I don't know. They'll probably find a note from me telling him how proud I am of him and what a great job he was doing as president. They might find some pictures of my kids, maybe some nice, headlines, maybe a nice note from you, Sean.
Oh, Eric. You silly, silly man. Did Daddy tell you that's where your letters to him go? Hidden away somewhere safe? They're just too important to show anybody or acknowledge in any way, Eric. That's why I locked them up right next to my wedding ring. That's what I do. Now, aside from the boxes that they took, the FBI also looked inside Trump's safe, which is very dramatic. Like, because apparently they had to break into it, right? So now you're like, how did they do it? Did they blow it open, or did they just correctly guess the code was 6969? Honestly, I'd be surprised. I would actually be surprised if they found White House documents in Trump's safe. Because a safe is where you keep your most prized possessions. Yeah. So in my head, searching through Trump's safe would probably go a lot more like this. All right, guys, let's see what we have in here. All right, my God, the entire safe is just filled with McRib after McRib. They're stacked on top of each other. I don't even understand. It's an unventilated safe. Who would do this? Wait, hold on. There's a secret panel in the bottom. I think we found it. We just found, nope, another McRib, boys, another McRib. Now, you might be wondering, isn't this an extremely explosive situation for the United States? Yes, it is. It is. You don't want to let a former president get away with crimes, right? Because nobody in America is above the law, right? Except corporations and rich people and police and celebrities sometimes. But aside from them, nobody is above the law. But at the same time, even the perception that the Justice Department is being used to go after your political opponents, that could erode people's trust in government. So it's a really tricky situation. And the only thing we can do is wait and see how the investigation unfolds. Or if you're Fox News, you can just freak out right now.
This is an abomination.
This is Gestapo crap.
It's probably the worst day in the history of the FBI.
This is a wake-up call for those in Congress to be able to use the tools at their disposal to defund the FBI, dismantle the FBI into 1,000 bits.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene simply tweeting, defund the FBI.
If this is what they're able to do to the former president of the United States, think about what they could do to you, to anybody in America.
The real target of this investigation isn't Trump. The real target of this investigation is you.
Do we have a dual justice system in America? Is there equal justice under the law?
I am deathly afraid for Donald Trump. I would not put assassination behind these people.
We're entering basically a Venezuelan, Zimbabwean, East German style banana republic in which the law doesn't matter.
This is some third world bullshit right here. Let me say it again, third world bullshit.
All right. First of all, as someone from the third world, maybe leave us out of your shit for once, huh? How about that? How about that? This is some third world bullshit right here. This is some. Every time Americans want to call something in America that's corrupt, all of a sudden they're like, oh, this is third world bullshit. My man, at what point do you realize that it's happening here? It's you. It's you. Bad things only happen in other countries. When it's here, it's still happening in another country. In fact, when something happens in the actual third world, yeah, these days America's gotten so bad, people in Africa are like, are you kidding me? This is just like America. Ah, no. This place is turning into America. What are we doing here? Huh? What are we doing? But I do get what Super Karen is saying. If the FBI is going to go after Trump for stealing classified documents from the White House, then what's to stop them from going after you when you steal classified documents from the White House? Is that the country we want to live in, where anyone can be investigated just for the crime of doing crimes? I don't think so. I don't think so. Remember how last week the FBI took an 8-hour vacation to Mar-a-Lago and went home with a bunch of souvenirs? Well, we all had the same question. What were they looking for at Donald Trump's house? This weekend, we all found out.
This morning, the newly unsealed search warrant shedding light on what exactly FBI agents were looking for at Mar-a-Lago and what they seized. According to the documents made public by a federal judge, agents were searching for evidence of 3 potential crimes: violations of the Espionage Act, unlawful removal of public records, and obstruction of justice by concealing, altering, or destroying records to impede an investigation. They found 27 boxes of government records, including 11 sets of classified documents. 4 sets of documents were marked top secret, and 1 marked top secret SCI, a classification reserved for some of the most sensitive intelligence and national security information, typically only viewed in a highly secure location.
Yeah, that's right. Turns out Trump didn't just have top secret documents, they were top secret SCI. What does SCI stand for, you ask? That's also top secret, you dumbass! I'll be honest, I didn't even know you could have a level of secret above top. Did you know this? Yeah. I also don't think it makes sense, right? That's the point of top. If there's something above top, then top is middle. You know? Yeah, top is top, people. Like Top Gun. He's the best fighter pilot. If someone else come in and then they're like Top a Gun, I want my money back. That's not what I was promised. Not to mention, if something is top, but then we find out that there's something above that, then how do we know that that's not the final thing? Then there could be something above that. And then how do we know that there's not something above that? Because there's no top. Like top has to be the top. Then there's no end. And then like space-time is what? Infinite? And then do we even exist? Like what does this mean? Like, who are we? I'm having a panic attack right now. Stop the show. Stop the... So, it turns out Donald Trump was in possession of top secret documents he wasn't supposed to have. And look, I'm not victim blaming here, but if you ask me, the government is partly responsible. They're partly responsible for labeling the files top secret. Yeah, because think about it. Nobody wants to read boxes of government documents, right? But if it says top secret on it, now everyone's interested. It's the same way you don't label your porn folder porn. Right? The government should do what we do. Just put secrets in a folder called taxes 2012 to 2017. Yeah, I've done that my whole life. My only screw up was I did this when I was 12 years old. And then my mother was like, what taxes are you paying when you're 12? And then she busted me for porn and tax evasion. Anyway, the point is, no matter what they labeled, Donald Trump wasn't supposed to have these documents at his house. And in case you're wondering why these documents are top secret, well, hold on to your butts, because what Trump took home could blow them right off.
The Washington Post has reported that among the material sought by federal agents was related to nuclear weapons programs.
If you get into nuclear-related documents, that is the highest level. It does not get any more serious than that.
Some of this could be information about adversaries. Some of this could be about nuclear weapon design. Some of this could be about our nuclear arsenals or our launch procedures.
Are you shitting me? Donald Trump might have kept the world's nuclear secrets in his basement at Mar-a-Lago? The same place Rudy Giuliani sleeps to avoid the sunlight? That is so irresponsible! Because you realize the worst case scenario with these documents is that Trump sold them to like Saudi Arabia. The best case scenario is that he just lay in bed with them and rubbed them all over his naked body. Actually not, I'm gonna flip that. The worst case scenario is that he rubbed them naked on his body. Hopefully he just sold them to the Saudis, hopefully. Oh, and by the way, just today, to add to this whole saga, Trump posted that in the raid by the FBI of Mar-a-Lago, they stole my 3 passports, 1 expired, along with everything else. And I can see why Trump is pissed if they took his passports. I mean, he's the guy who wanted to build the wall, and now he's gonna need to sneak into Mexico. Calm as a bitch. He's just... Also, why does Donald Trump even need a passport? There is no one on earth that looks or sounds like this man. No one. He could land on a distant planet, and the aliens, they would be, we've seen TV, welcome Donald Trump. He'd be like, thank you, now please take me to your 3-boobed woman. And by the way, you do realize there's a 15% chance Trump just misplaced his passport, right? It's possible. It happens all the time. You think the FBI took something and you find it in your sock drawer. Yeah, like for all you know, maybe Melania moved them. You know, it's like, oh no, I guess now I have to go back to Slovenia by myself. Bye, Donald. Bye. You know,